My conjecture is that our imperialism of our land, India, Bharat, began 1,000 years ago. And I'm sure even those cultures, I believe that Skandupasana has been removed from our country very systematically to remove that little bit of war element, to take out the edge from our land. That's my reading, and I might be wrong. But this is why, in my heart, especially after going closer to Skand, I thank Tamil Nadu a lot. You've kept it alive. And now it has its chance at regrowing throughout the country. This whole essay is nothing to do with being anti-European, anti-imperialist, but it has everything to do with taking Bharat back to its original culture of having a god of war, which is very much needed in the current geopolitical scenario of our times. Would you agree with me, disagree with me about anything I said?
Broadly agree with you, though I don't know because I have not. I can't say. I don't know because I can't say whether they were systematically removed or whether it was the the way of time of Mahakala that it got removed for various reasons. I don't know. I can't say. But yes, of course, there are whenever there's a monotheistic culture that comes in contact with a polytheistic culture, it causes a lot of damage to the vigrahas and murtis. We have seen that right from ancient times, attacks on Somnath to other places and all that. But leaving that aside, Skandopasana is going to increase. There is no doubt about it. We need that energy. So Bhairava first creates the base. Okay, Bhairava is the first deity. So that is precisely why the Bhairav sadhana, the way it is picking up, for example, the next stage of the Bhairav sadhana comes Devi sadhana and Skandopasana. These are all parallel movements in sadhana.
What? Can you explain this?
So first is there is a whole lot of people who are doing Bhairava Upasana, right? And this is going to increase with time. It's not going to decrease. It's Bhairava Upasana also relegated itself to a sort of a secondary position for the last 1,000 years at least. Before that, he was a very prominent tantric deity across India, and I would say that many of the practices related to Shiva that were there in specifically in parts of North India and Bengal were actually basically of Bhairava and Mahakala rather than of Shiva specifically. Okay, so sometimes the difference is very thin. Even Bhairava can be called as Shiva, but when you see the intensity of the practice, when the deity is being taken out in procession and the people, the way they are behaving, that raw energy is there in Bhairava. Shiva is more milder. When he is Shiva, same being, is very mild. When he is Bhairava, that aggressive energy is there. So we are seeing an upsurge of Bhairava Upasana across India, and it is going to increase. Automatically, it will lead to Devi Upasana. Automatically, that will also lead to Skanda Upasana. Skanda Upasana is set to come back again very strongly across India, I feel, and which is why the 8 temples that I sort of plan to, if Bhairava wills it, of course, Baba's with his consent and with his blessings, it will have, each of these will have a Skandha Vigraha. Apart from Bhairava, there will be a Devi Vigraha. Multiple Bhairavas will be there. There will be a Devi Vigraha, and there will also be a Skandha Vigraha inside. It is absolutely important. There's a specific configuration in which this will come, and that becomes a very, very power packed center of energy. Okay. So Skandha is that clean warrior who immediately goes into battle straight. He's like that arrow, quick. So he's not going to wait for the enemy to come front and all that. Moment there's a threat, there's a battle, he will go straight into the war. That is the nature of the weapons he carries also. And in fact, people would be very amazed to know that some of the old texts of Hinduism actually mentions that Mahisasura was, some old texts, in some versions of the story, Mahisasura was killed by Skanda. We know that Ma Durga kills Mahisasura, right? But in some old texts, it's mentioned that Skanda who is killing Mahisasura. So basically, here is a deity whose chief purpose of birth was to defeat asuras and enemies. He is the absolute god of war, and it takes the person into a frenzy. Frenzy, Skanda, even Bhairava to some degree, but Skanda more than that. If you keep, as one keeps doing Skanda Upasana, mantra sadhana, goes deeper into the sadhana, it's like a possession of the soul that happens. You'll feel that tremendous energy, and you will have, it's like the blinkers of a horse. You will not think of anything, just one single pointed aim, whatever is that aim, and it will get done. And in higher upasana of skanda upasana happens, in my opinion, very well if one goes a little away from society. Sometimes very intense sadhana. I'm not saying everybody should do it. Most of the skanda upasana that happens today, large part of it is more of bhakti oriented skanda upasana, which is also good. But the hardcore mantra upasana of skanda it's good to do if someone is a little away from society in a forested area, in seclusion. Okay. And this 6 is so crucial. There are certain prayogas and sadhanas of Skanda. 6 days one has to do it, completely cut off from people, and it takes hours to sit and do. If it's correctly done, by the 6th day you will see results, and unfailing results. He is that. I remember once I was doing a Skanda Upasana, and out of the blue, this peacock started coming there in that area. So he literally is the god who goes, he's the general, so he will lead from the front. He doesn't wait till the battle has come to him. He just leads from the front. And the other thing about Skanda Upasana that happens is that it increases, it makes a very sharp mind, in the sense that strong ability for arguments it gives to an person. If you put a Skanda Upasaka, genuine one, see, a lot of people have bhakti on Skanda. I'm talking somebody who has attained the blessing of Skanda properly. His mind will become so sharp. Put him into an argument. That same ferocity, same ability to attack, same ability to fight comes even in that mind also. So any argument that is put, Skanda is a master of logic. Is a master of logic, and he can give such terrific logical mind to an individual that whatever you put, he will be able to do khandana, which is he will be able to deconstruct that argument very easily with the least effort if he has blessings of Skanda. That's another thing. Skanda is very good for children, by the way, protection of children. In Tamil Nadu, though, he's the god for everything. But I'm saying that not just Tamil people, I mean for other people also. And you're right that we all should be grateful to people from Tamil Nadu that Skanda Upasana, in whatever format, maybe the ancient ways in which Skanda Upasana used to happen with hardcore practices, that is reduced more into a bhakti based Upasana today, which is also okay. At least there is the trend of the Upasana is still there, which is very wonderful. But a time will come, I feel, when Skanda will become pan-India god. And not just pan-India god, he will a primary deity, because we are also entering in very tough times from this year to the next few years. Is going to be wars and a lot of things will happen. You will need the blessings of very aggressive deities. You will need the blessings of Bhairava. You will need the blessings of Skanda. You will need the blessings of some very fierce feminine deities. They are again going to awaken and reactivate, and they give you the power to pass through difficult times.
Felt it.
Yes, but difficult times means that you also have that's what I say. Then when a god gives you a difficult time, it means that he thinks that you have potential.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic, as long as you're willing to search for it.